Jumping into part 3, we head north, grabbing some new teammates before encountering some more Magma grunts. This particular one decides to give us some trouble. Pancake takes out the Magma, and after pivoting through Sandwich, Flatbread safely gets in to take down Hariyama. Against Ariados, we switch in Baguette, who eats up a signal beam. We tackle for a little damage while he sludge bombs. We just keep exchanging hits, until sludge bomb crits, leaving our poor Gyarados on 1 HP. And what's worse, she's poisoned. Thankfully, we planned for that and gave her a Pecha Berry, allowing her to just survive. But whew, that was a close one. As I've said before, I hate Team Magma. Shroomish joins our team as we head to Fall Arbor, but before we can get there, we first have to battle Picnicker's Sophie, aka the worst trainer in the whole game. And by worst, I don't mean she is the worst to battle against, but that she's plain not good. Get this, she leads with a Slacking that only knows Solar Beam. With no Sun, that's a 2-turn move. And with Slacking's ability, she can only attack every second turn, meaning she is constantly charging up, then loafing, never firing. The final boss before Fall Arbor Town is our red rematch, starting with Cinnamon Roll vs Pikachu. We outspeed and drill run one-shot. Next in, Snorlax. His only attacking moves are Earthquake and Snore, so switching between Sandwich and Baguette means we can PP stall him until he runs out of Earthquake and Rest, meaning all he can do is curse and snore, which won't do any damage while he's awake. He quickly becomes an easy KO. It's Blastoise time. He can Mirror Coat, so we need to avoid any special attacks. Water, of course, is weak to Electric and Grass, both of which are all special moves this generation. So we're forced to just hit with neutral attacks, as none of my super effective can one-shot. We switch Bun into a Yawn, only for him to use his berry to wake up. Body Slam is around a 4-shot, but after 2 we're put to sleep. The most he can do to us is the not very effective Surf though, so we just wait to wake up, then finish the job. Against Venusaur, Baguette gets off the Intimidate, then Caramel Slice switches into Flamethrower one-shot. Baguette comes in for another Intimidate against the Charizard, avoiding damage thanks to the Earthquake, then Tarts out for the T-Bolt one-shot. Red's Eevee has evolved to Espeon, so we pivot through Baguette to Sandwich. I had a whole complicated plan to take him down and try to play around crits still, but we end up getting a critical hit ourselves for the one-shot, finishing off the battle with our reward being new team members. We start to make our way to Meteor Falls to witness the whole Meteorite kidnap plot point, but another stupid Magma grunt gives us a little trouble. Air Slash one-shots Jumpluff, Cookie and Baguette work together to intimidate down Sudowoodo, then Gyara 2-shots. Tardy's confused, so we switch her in and out, only for it to happen again. So I just take the risk and attack, but we hit ourselves. I can't keep risking Tart, so we pivot through Cinnamon Roll to Baguette, only for her to immediately become confused and hit herself. At this point, I'm starting to worry this Zato is gonna get some kills. Thankfully, next attack, I snap out and get a crunch off for around half. We switch in Cinnamon Roll, bit of a risky switch, but thankfully both the Zato doesn't crit us and we do crit her, allowing us to Heat Wave KO. From here, Wafer comes in to Toxic down the Chansey. Man, that was way closer than it should have been. The Meteorite is kidnapped. While we go to rescue it, poor Caramel Slice is crit twice in a row from Gengar, but thankfully lives on 1 HP. 1 crit is bad enough luck, but double crits are just killers. But hey, what are the chances of it happening again, eh? Well, before Maxi, we have to face down Magma Admin Tabitha. Tart can T-Bolt one-shot the Dodrio, Bagel Mudshot 2-shots the Aggron. Against Manectric, we pivot through Baguette to Croissant, who then Bubble Beam 3-shots. After an Intimidate, Caramel Slice switches into Earthquake KO the Arcanine. This battle is literally going so smoothly. What could possibly go wrong here, I'm sure you're asking. Well, Flygon is next. I plan to Intimidate it down to -5 or -6, depending on how things go, using Baguette and Tart. That way, it's guaranteed to Giga Drain, and Gyarados can take him out and survive any stray crits. When Tart switches in, however, she's crit. This is pretty much the worst possible time, as Flygon is at a point where it can either use Giga Drain or Rock Slide, depending on the damage roll. However, After doing some calculations, I decide to continue the plan as normal, as the only way Flygon can KO Manectric is if he both uses Rock Slide rather than Giga Drain, and also crits. But not just any crit, a high roll crit, with only 2 possible rolls getting the KO. It is literally so unlikely, and I hate this game right now. This also throws everything off for his last Pokemon, and I'm honestly worried it's game over. But the rest of the gang pulls through, and Weezing goes down without another loss. We make it to Laveridge Town, and Flannery. We lead Pi. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the best stats, with only 2 attack IVs and 0 speed IVs, though the plus speed nature kinda makes up for it. Still, even with horrible attack, he can take out the Ninetales with Reversal and the Charizard with Rock Slide. Then comes Blaziken. We could try and hit a range, but I feel it's not worth the risk unless everything goes wrong. So we switch in Crepe, who unfortunately is immediately crit by a Blaze Kick, which takes him down to the yellow. I essentially accept that we're gonna lose Crepe, but at the very least he can Air Slash, so when Pi comes back out, we can guaranteed KO it. However, Air Slash causes Blaziken to flinch, and a second takes him out. Crepe really wanted to live, so I oblige. Against Cast Form, we switch to Caramel Slice, who thankfully avoids any crits, allowing her to Earthquake one-shot. When Typhlosion comes out, we switch to Scon, who fakes out for a Bitter Chip. This means Pi can come in and finish him off. Though of course, in order to get a safe switch, I've decided to make a sacrifice, and that sacrifice is Donut. If some miracle happened, I would have preferred he live, but switching into a Solar Beam means he's one-shot. Thanks for the sacrifice, Donut. Pi easily finishes off the Typhlosion. Last Pokemon, and it's Arcanine, who would priority KO Pi. From being in against the Typhlosion, however, Scon leveled up, and in doing so learnt Rock Slide. This means we can switch to Cinnamon Roll to do around half with Drill Run, before going to our Hariyama to Rock Slide for the KO, and thus the win. 4th gym badge down. It didn't go quite as smoothly as the first 3, but we're definitely in a good spot for the future gyms, especially as some future powerhouses, Trapinch and Bagon, just joined our team. See you all in the next part.